In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Whoo! It's Thursday evening, everybody. Guess what that means? You get another dope episode of Blurred's Eye View. What's happening, everybody? I'm your host, the man on the wall, Chris Fury. If this is your first time here, show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Get to check us out live anytime we go live. Dope interviews, old interviews, interviews that's shown only on the YouTube channel, and so much more. But without further ado, let's get my second in command in this building. Let's get her going. Lady Mandalore.
How are you?
Life is lifing out this piece, apparently. Life is hitting everybody. What the Samuel L. Jackson is going on?
Can I tell you, the 93 degrees took my AC out. It's on, but it's
out. Oh, my God. What the
Thus the apparel this evening, because your girl is dying.
Jesus Christ. It's
dying.
So, you know what? Ever since all that stuff happened like 2 weeks ago with the weather, it ain't nothing been right.
It ain't right.
Oh, yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. I was like
and
that's
yet
right.
She
That's
persisted.
right. Tafari, you're right, Tafari. Any sponsors watching? We do like money.
I do, or at least a cooling apparatus at this
stage. It's like what works. You know what? It's crazy. You're not the only one who's like here in Cleveland. There's an apartment complex, and they AC went out for the second time, and it was earlier this week.
Oh, you said the apartment complex is AC? Oh, they have AC in the whole building? No, my boo.
Yeah.
That is my own personal AC unit, because in my building, you go with none. Get your own.
You said get your own? This is what's happening. Man. Griot the Horde isn't building. What's happening? Geek by heart. What's happening? She's got a look like, bro.
Hey.
She's like, she was checking too.
No, you're not.
So, Kira, come over here to New Jersey. We have AC.
But y'all have different types of taxes, is what I'm trying to say. Y'all taxes is funny, honey.
It's more than New York City.
I'm fairly certain that state tax, that federal tax, not the federal, the state tax, your local tax.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, taxes is taxes. We ain't got no
that part. They gonna get you one way or
going and coming. Like you breathing? Yeah, we're taxing you.
Taxing.
That's just no.
This 9 degrees ghetto. Fuck that.
Facts.
And it's not the normal.
Yesterday and today.
Here's the thing: it's not the normal 90-degree weather neither. It's like this is a totally different thing. This is something else.
Like, it hit me back like it was BlurCon, because BlurCon was that fucking hot.
Oh God.
Nah, wait, no.
That's greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gas hot.
Was.
I feel like it was worse somehow. I didn't sweat.
Fine, but I mean, it was right there.
It's memorable. It's triggering. It is giving. It is giving.
It's sugar.
It's
The
definitely
anxiety
triggering.
is coming to her.
You're just like, oh, well, at least it's not like it was at BlurCon. It's still hot.
Girl.
Oh my god! Someone else who could tell us how hot it was at BlurCon. Maybe Montel was in the building.
Hey,
Maybe just showing off now.
Check up all the bling that I have gotten from Dragon Con, because Dragon Con was a motherfucking weekend. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, by the way, BlurCon was Sunday dinner kitchen hot.
Yeah. During the summer. We're gonna bake some ham. We're gonna bake ham and turkey, but it's July. Like
and ribs in the oven.
Hold on. And Kara, forgive me, I'm sorry. y'all got it. If you didn't come to Dragon, man, y'all gotta come, because this year was ridiculous.
Navy's got all them badges. He need to put them on his blues. He need to put them on his Navy blues.
You know what? If I could fit him, I'd be like the sexiest beast around. Talking about, forget your accommodation. I can't even say it because what's right there. I'm sort of going. Yo, and shout out to Tafari, because man, that cat, him and Slipstream PC, them cats was on it this weekend, and I'm glad I could help as much as I could. They were killing it. It was amazing this weekend.
It's been a thing. It's been a thing. Shout out to Hellspawn. He's out there.
Slipstream
actually did his interview with him, and I was just like, Demetrius, I'm gonna call you.
Demetrius is on that grind, y'all. Man, it was good grief. Bless his heart.
I'm gonna call you.
Shout out to Swift getting the exclusive with Hellspawn cosplay at Dragon Con. Good work, my guy.
Man, it was something else. We also have with us our very own engineer, Black Spark.
What's up, Sir Father?
Oh, it stays cold in this piece. We slide with penguins in here.
Look. When you like I said, when you lift warp drive engines barehanded, I think no AC will be out.
Ain't that the truth? AC never stays out in the South. No, I can't be like Kira. I can't look good naked. Not that. No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, I think that Kelly thought it was just fine that you look good. So,
I'm sorry, I can't.
Hi, Obi.
What up, little O?
I'm not about to pull a Fat Joe on here. No.
He said not a Fat Joe.
Your father is
my shirt off.
Oh Lord.
I would like to say for the record that Will does not know how good I look naked or bad. I will say both ways. I'm just going to go on the record.
Way to go.
First of all, sis, what you're not going to do is put yourself down. So leave it at good.
No.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I know I look good. I don't give a shit about nobody else's.
I am picturing this in my head right now about how Kira look. Man, let me tell y'all that belong in the Louvre and the Guggenheim.
No,
okay?
hey, wait.
Take down Venus. We put up Kira and be like, I'll travel to go see her. I'll go travel.
You got Netflix right now.
This is why I need Blur's Eye View After Dark for this type of stuff right here.
I felt like David was gonna go right back to brownies. I was like,
we're not talking about the brownies.
Brought to you by Dick Crushers 2022.
Wow.
Wow. We got it. So and on that note, we got a special guest tonight. Alter Ego Arts. His name is Alim Leggett. He got a new project out, Sweetpea and Purple Haze, which is actually dope. We'll be talking about that later. What's going on, Alim?
Hey man, what's going on?
How y'all got him going already.
What's going on, man?
We got him.
Hi,
going
Mr. Leggett.
How you guys doing?
You have entered into the zone, my friend. Stand by to stand by.
At this rate, to far right.
I'll punch you.
I
will buy a ticket.
By the time you see you
I know where you live.
Forget about it. I would say take the risk.
Take the risk.
Okay, stay real quick.
Wait.
That's teamwork.
How does the boy say it in Glorious Batters? Risk is his own reward. It's
Y'all, let me tell you, Tafari was on his game, but he could not navigate it for nothing. He was hitting me up every time. He's like, Navy, huh? Where you at? I'm in the Hilton. Where's the Hilton? Okay, where you at? I'm in a hotel. Okay, I need reference. And he would tell me, and oh my gosh, it was fun. He had to tell you himself because it was hilarious.
How many hotels? You talking about?
Dragon Con is 5 hotels.
Yeah.
Damn. Where's it? What city is that in?
It's in Atlanta.
Okay, I gotta add that to my go-to.
Oh, Dragon is everything. They capped at 70,000 this year.
Wow.
70,000. But what's great is because the con isn't in a venue, so you walk and between the hotels, the programming, all of that is within the hotels. The vendors room alone is 3 floors.
I will say that the parade videos that was shot up by I think it was Freaky Whoop-de-doo, and she was showing
friggin' do. Shout out to her because she stalked me out. She's amazing.
She's honestly. Do I look like I give a fuck? That's also.
I love Whoop-de.
So
I was like, yeah, no one ever has. I've never seen anybody do the entire parade to that degree, and every version I've seen in that parade looked great. Like it's just fun. I'm like, now that's a parade I can watch. I'm not big on parades. I'm not big on fireworks, but that's a parade I will watch for Dragon Con.
I was in the parade once, and I'm gonna tell you there's nothing like it. Really, it's especially when people are just geeking out.
Thank you for doing that. So she gives the waves. She's doing. You may not see it, but she's doing her princess wave
as she should. Sweetheart. You was on it, and she is a sweetheart, y'all. Oh my god.
So yeah, it was actually dope to see that. And I'm like, I'm showing my wife. I'm like, see.
You did see a lightsaber with your name on it though.
Oh,
at the con, I saw a lightsaber with your name on it.
For those who are in the world watching us or listening, I don't go to Dragon Con for the simple fact that it falls on my anniversary.
Yes,
and there is no way, no scheming, no planning.
Don't do it, sir.
There's no Nick Fury level of planning that I can do. No Loki schemes that I can pull off, or Peter Quill that will make this work. And I live.
I thought Dragon Con 3 days, ain't it?
No, it's 5. 5.5
5 days.
It's 5.5 days.
Swing that.
1 day per hotel.
It's from Thursday to Monday.
I'm the type of guy. I'm gonna go 1 day.
No, Chris, I told you how to swing this. I told you how to swing this. Now, I can't promise you won't be broke after you're done, but you'll be able to.
What up, fam?
What's up, Jay?
Just an immediate international trip over warm waters will cure everything. I promise you.
Cure? That means there's a fever of something
while she's there.
That's a hell of a dice roll. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Tafari hit the nail on the head because the Hilton was where we was stomping. And
he did say that. He did say he was like, I found the black spot. It was like wherever the black people are, that's the black spot. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that means
it was a Hilton for real.
Oh my god, it's the. They said the
Caribbean is the South.
The Caribbean is the Southern.
We know what we speak of, sir. Listen to the tribe of women at your disposal.
I'm not going to speak on this.
You know what? Here's the thing. I am conniving enough to try it. I am.
I know. Please do it.
This is how we're gonna. This is how we do this, honey. Just wait. Hear me out.
I think you have to Johnny Cochran.
All right. But we can do this. Plus, we got family down there, so we can, And then we get on the plane.
So you realize you're going to have to hard sell the stay just to get to the Caribbean part.
I'll be like, look, it's just Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Nobody goes on Sunday.
You got a hard sell. You got a hard sell that thing like the last key on the car lot that nobody wants.
I'm sorry, you
skill set. It's a skills. Look, it's literally, and I know myself very well to say, if I was to pull something like that off, I would go into that airplane bathroom look in the mirror, and say, "You slick son of a bitch."
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, lady. Not hating on kids, but just painting the picture is all I'm saying. Not hating on kids.
Hey, I got a kid too.
We don't want kids looking at us like, and we're not going to sponsor y'all.
Yeah, exactly. I'll pull it up like, where's the wallet? It's just the George Jetson. It's the Jetsons opening.
Wow, that's a throwback.
She leave you a 20. She take the billfold and run.
Oh, the 20's for you. That's nice.
Look, I like.
Turn around, give you a 5 instead. Survive.
I like Black Panther. I love Black Panther. I love Batman, and those two people plan for the plan. So I'll just like backups. All backups.
You got 365. That's 365 ways to get a plan going. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Get a whiteboard and some yarn and start working that thing out.
Yes, make like the red yarn.
You got it.
The only thing is, this isn't the Black Panther wallet. We got you. No, I had to get a new one.
The MCU are planning next year's anniversary trip.
It's like I'm gonna call up Kevin Feige. So that whiteboard you had, this is how we do this, right? This goes over here and here,
nice.
right?
I know.
Okay,
nice.
That.
Mm-hmm.
See, because I know you had that problem. That's where you had your problem, but see, I figured out a way around that.
You gotta get between phase 1 and phase 2. Like by the time we get to 2, she's gonna be knowing something. It's gonna be that distraction between phase 1 and phase 2.
It's gonna be the Charlie Day meme when he's talking about there is no Carol in HR with Pepe Sylvia. It's just everything, everywhere,
all at once.
Oh my God! Who's ready for some news? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So this movie pretty much ruled the summer, in my opinion, and that was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. And even now, with it being on digital and Blu-ray, there are still a ton of Easter eggs that we missed due to how quick the camera shot was. Hell, Spider Society alone is packed with Easter eggs. They just showed one earlier this week where he's on Earth 42, and we hear J. Jonah Jameson and we hear about the Sinister Six Society doing their thing. What you don't see, and because it's such a quick thing, is they own buildings. The Sinister Six were owning actual buildings, businesses named after them. Like I'm like, I ain't talking just Oscorp. I'm talking about Scorpion had a building. Who else was it? It was Scorpion. Shocker had a building. It was a couple other ones, but Vulture had one, and I think Rhino was one on there.
Yeah,
there were way too many Easter eggs to count, and these are one of those things where you actually, I'm one of those guys. I love Easter eggs out of a film, you know, because even with Guardians of the Galaxy volumes 1 through 3, James Gunn even said, "Yeah, there's still an Easter egg nobody's talked about in the first volume." And I'm like, what the fuck was it?
And that's how you send a whole bunch of people to rewatch the movie all over again, frame by frame.
Just made it easy for you. Just made it easy. It's like, but yeah, it's a great film. Animation, story, the whole nine. Great film. But good Lord, you never know what you're missing out on. And it I don't care how keen of an eye you have, you want to watch it just for that alone. Just for that alone. And it shows like awesome. Like I have it and I still have to keep watching it over and over because I'm like, it's so good, you miss stuff.
It's the Spider-Man India that always gets me. Just why do you call it JT?
The damn handshake that Spider-Man India and Hobie Brown shared was the handshake that LeBron and Kyrie Irving were doing when they were playing for the Cleveland. I'm like, wait a minute. I wouldn't have never ever thought about that. And when they played it side by side, and I'm like, y'all good. Pay these writers, pay these VFXs, pay these people. They put in work.
I'm pretty sure somebody's looking at Bob Iger like, Bob, you ain't winning this. You ain't winning this. Yeah. I think you need to go ahead and break up that checkbook. I'm just saying. Do you see what happened with Across the Spider-Verse? Do you see?
Wait a minute.
Bob, look, we know we brought you back because the other dude fucked up, but
like Bob,
come on.
Bob.
She says it's the coordinates in the first film. Interesting.
Really?
In volume 1 of Guardians. Oh, now.
Really?
Back down the rabbit hole.
Oh, here we go.
I am not. No, you are not about to have me do that tonight, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm a dog with a bone. It's too late.
So let me ask you, is it true that the Across the Spider-Verse has multiple versions?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Multiple versions. Even Metro Boomin has one. And and talk about someone who's making money off a soundtrack is Metro Boomin. Like 2 soundtracks already for this film. He's making that's Metro. I'm just like, oh, this is about to be this is about to be a hit. It's about to be it.
He went from saying Metro Boomin to just Metro. That's how you know you made it in life. When you can shorten your name down to almost a letter.
I'm like, yeah. This is about to be a guaranteed hit. I'm like, who is he? Don't know. Don't care. I just know I like the music at this point.
Are there 2 versions of the DVD? Well, it's not a DVD, but the DVD too.
Oh, I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They literally took that whole spiel of variants and ran with it. It is probably up to this day, next to Keke Palmer and Usher, is probably the biggest play.
There's genius and
on her ex-boyfriend too soon.
That was one of the greatest marketing pools I've ever seen.
That's why I call Usher the villain of R&B. The man still wins. No matter what, he still wins.
There's
he didn't even say anything. He didn't do anything.
They're still together. No one's talked about leaving anywhere.
That was the wild part. Everybody, the whole other side of social media just went into that frenzy, and Usher's like, I will just take my check and my plate, and I will sit down and watch.
Absolutely.
And he played the role. Baby Daddy did exactly that. He was like, no, baby, you got this. I think it's fantastic. As a matter of fact, to make it, we put a little sprinkle, little pizzazz.
Let me put a little pepper on this meat.
I'm gonna act like I'm a little jealous.
Then the boy, what was the name of the video that came out that she was a part of?
Your boyfriend hates me or wants somebody wants to see me.
Like that. Just the icing on the cake.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, he's like, I could take the hit. They ain't gonna remember me.
Wow.
They ain't gonna remember. Oh my god. So yeah. News has been coming out, and I don't know how big a fans you guys are, but I loved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
From day one. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, now Marvel's gonna have a timeline book that comes out that states if they're part of the family and where do they fit on the timeline. Now, we know Phil Coulson was in the movie in the Avengers. He was kind of the linchpin from Iron Man all the way up until that point.
Yeah.
We just need to know, where do they fit on the timeline? Is it a because we know, spoiler alert, by the time the series ended, the Phil Coulson we got is not the Phil Coulson we started with.
True.
Nope.
So like, we're just like, where does it stand on that whole thing? I mean, that's like one of those unanswered questions.
Wasn't the show following the events of the movies up until Winter?
I think up until
Dark World,
Civil War,
up until Dark World.
Yeah, up until Dark World. Thor Dark World was I think the last one. Yeah, it was the last one, because they had something happening on one of their seasons when they were dealing with Hydra, and it stretched over to Age of Ultron.
But then, season 5 or season 6, they went far into the future.
Yep.
Yeah. That whole storyline.
Is that where that disconnect is now?
I think so, because the whole space storyline, it really threw me off. It's like that.
Yeah,
you killed the continuity of the original story. They're earthbound with everything going on, but now you've got them in space with a destroyed Earth. Okay, make it make sense, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on?
They did a much better story.
When they wrote this. The last season and was going like doing that weird Sony X-Men thing where they would go decades and shit. So yeah.
It is like they definitely did Inhumans much better than Inhumans.
I thought you was about to be like the Inhumans was off the hook or something like that.
Oh God, no, it was off the hook, but not in that frame. Jesus,
I know I'm not that well versed, but even I know that Inhumans was.
I just know that is just one film or a show that I'm just like, what is this? Why? Where are the agents at? Like we've done Inhumans line, but where is the rest? And why Hawaii?
It didn't make any sense. They didn't tie it in to the one agent that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was completely anyway. Bad times be forgotten.
Bad times, exactly.
But such a great time to bring it back.
They very much well could do that. They have an opportunity, to kind of like start peppering it back in, like,
because technically Shield's not gone, Sword's still around, and Saber is still around.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
there's remnants of agents floating around. It's just
keyword is floating.
She says hot rotisserie garbage. Hey, I gotta remember that.
Don't do rotisserie that bad. Don't do rotisserie that bad.
Okay, how about a vomit sandwich? How about that?
A who?
A vomit sandwich. How about
that? Other than Black Bolt and his brother, the rest of the Inhuman show was just in lockjaw.
It was just poorly written. It was written by somebody that didn't look at the source material. That's all it was.
It was hard to. It was really, and I'm glad it was like a mini series, because no wonder they decided like, are we doing this as a movie or?
They did put it out in the movie theaters though. I think the first 2 episodes.
Yeah. First 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Poor people who use that money for that.
Yeah. Damn. Oh my God. So everybody's familiar with Tubi.
The way you lie.
I don't know that girl.
He said Tubi. I thought about every terrible special effects scene.
Tubi, the home of hood movies.
Wow.
No, they have a couple gems on there. They do. And I had a chance to rewatch Hellboy 2019, the one with David Harbour. And
that long ago?
Yeah. I really. So here's the thing about that film. It's not completely trash.
It wasn't. It was different. It was different.
I liked what they were doing. I liked the vibe. I liked the whole horror vibe. I liked that they amped up the violence level a little bit. Mm-hmm. The scene where he's fighting the giants and you notice his right hand switches to his right to his left just for a split second. Mm-hmm. That was a hang up. I think as I watched that movie, I said, I think I know what the issue is. It's the same thing that happened with BVS. It was a lot of characters being brought in that no one had seen in previous movies or even known about, even in the source material. Like they had like Alice, they brought in Alice. They brought in what is his name? With the lobster claw, Lobster Johnson. Yeah. They brought him but it was such a boom backstory done. Walk away. Alice, here it is. Oh, they gave him quick backstories, and it was like you're throwing a lot. There's a lot going on.
So it was really just fast forwarding. Because I did like the character. I like the fact they brought in Ben Dynamo. I was like, oh, so you brought in Agent M, you brought in an M11 agent. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And at the same time, the blood, you brought back one of the premier enemies of the Blood Queen. But like you said, you can't really explain a story if you're stuck on fast forward.
Yeah. And they did a lot of introductions. I'm like, a person who hasn't read a Hellboy comic will not know any of these people or any kind of tie. And I was like, you're bringing them in so fast because it already has a movie set. It already has a fan base as far as the live action is concerned. It has a fan base thanks to Ron Perlman. So the fan base is there. You already got to win them over because he's not playing that role. David Harbour did a great job.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with him as Hellboy. I really didn't have a problem with him as Hellboy. I didn't have a problem with none of the characters. It's just I see what happened. You're introducing this character and you're introducing this character, and it's like boom, 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 boom.
You don't have any time to care about them.
To connect.
Yeah.
It's like I think
the movie's supposed to be about him. Like, I don't need all this filler. I want to know about. That's the whole reason why I came to see the movie, is about him. Yeah, put in a couple of other. If you want to put new characters in to replace the two other sidekicks that were in the first set of movies,
Abe and
yeah, but you can't give me 30.
30 after you introduced the England branch of the people of the giant killers, I was fine with that. Even Mila Jovovich's Blood Queen, I was fine with that. You could have just had this adventure, but everything's starting to wrap around this. Why are they after him? Because it's got something to do with her and him bringing in Apocalypse. You started bringing in all this extra stuff,
and that goose and the Easter egg at the very end.
With Abe, and which was fine, but once again, too much, too fast. It's like you got to spoon feed it to these people. I mean, because other than that, it looked great. Like, even by today's standards, some of the CGI, even the practical effects, and I'm like, this doesn't look bad.
I mean, the theme that they had wasn't bad either. The undertones and the message itself, it's just it got lost in the sauce, though.
Exactly.
It did get lost.
Just what J1 said. It came out at the wrong time. They made it too heavy for the fan base, and it wasn't made for the average viewer. Exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Now, when you mentioned about the horror aspect, the first movie that popped up in my head was New Mutants.
Yeah.
That really bothered me. Although I don't hate the fact that they tried to go in a different direction with a superhero group. But why strictly horror and suspense when you haven't even introduced these characters in the first place? Now you've put them in the horror facet instead of putting them into the Marvel superhero world facet, because they're a mutant group. This would have been the perfect time to flesh out a new set of characters and give them life, instead of putting them in literally the story that came out in issue 2, which is the Demon Bear.
Exactly. One of their greatest stories.
Yes, fucking phenomenal. But this is how you introduce, people like Cannonball and Wolfsbane and
Magic,
Sunspot
and Lockheed, and
all of these characters. I mean, come on.
And that's as far as that one is concerned. I'm like, that was during the acquisition. Disney was in the middle of the acquisition for Fox, and I'm like, just mention the X-Men correctly. Jesus. You have Colossus' sister right there. Like, you can get away with it. Use it as the crutch if you need to. That
makes sense.
But I think what happened was what happened to Warner Brothers, except they didn't cut their losses and try to recoup the money back. They just put it out and said, well, fuck, we're here, we did it, might as well throw it on the wall and see what sticks, because we got to lose money anyway. We might as well try to make some of it back. But nobody thought
you had a great opportunity in a movie that had the like Navy said. I didn't have a problem with them taking that horror route. That would have been an amazing step for them.
If it wasn't the first step.
Yeah.
I think if they had gone along the line and really committed to it and did like a Brightburn, then that movie made money.
That would have been a phenomenal. Yeah.
What did Brightburn do that the New Mutants didn't do?
Talk about it. Yeah, exactly. James Gunn. Talk about a movie that made you want more out of sheer curiosity.
Yeah.
Because when you find out, you're just like, yo, this kid is the evil fucking Superman. And you're telling me there's more?
It's like you had the opportunity to create another universe.
You did.
Give viewers an option, a choice. Because Marvel and DC, for all of their fantastic characters and everything else, there's too much. It's overkill.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see Image do more with their universe. I want to see other companies do more. Like Image, come on. Spawn was the first one to get them going. And then when the MTV, they had the Max and all these other characters. Okay, so let's create a universe out of these. So people can like, hey, there's other superheroes other than people who wear red and blue, and people who are black and wearing black suits and moody, and people who swim with the fishes that can talk to them. There is other people.
Jason said New Mutants was dry. Felt like it was trying to be a CW show. I was picking that up too. You could tell they were trying to do what Gunn did with GOTG by taking non-popular team and make them something. It was a lot of reshoots for that movie. It was a lot of reshoots.
Dry is being nice. Oh my gosh, we're talking Mojave
exactly.
Desert.
You're right. You're exactly that the Spawn show on HBO is peak. Is peak. I rushed home. I worked at a bar at that time, and I'm like, it's Friday night. It's slow. This show comes on at 12 midnight. I need to be on it.
Then they had live action and animated series, didn't they?
Yeah.
And when Keith David, when this strike is over, please come visit this platform. So we can give you your flowers properly, my brother. God, dog.
Kind sir.
Please.
So many ways.
You know what I mean?
That'd be the whole time. That'd be the whole time of the show. Like, sir, no, you can call me Keith. No, sir, I can't. I cannot, sir. I cannot.
Mr. D.
Mr. D, please. Like, you know how many times I've used the term, oh, come on, take a poor sinner's hand. You know how many times I've said that?
That's what that part is. The brain gets stuck in my head. Nope.
This is an honor of Kira. Kira, this is an honor of you because I didn't bring a bottle. I got my glass here. You know, it's got the libation in it. So I'm sorry, I'm not as on the level as you.
I was looking and I was like, do I get up and get the bottle?
You better go get that damn bottle, girl. What's wrong with you?
It would be. How does he say? It would behoove me if you didn't get the bottle. It was.
I think I will be emboldened. I will be right back.
There you go. You should have been gone. Why are you still here? Let's go.
Be behooved and beholden.
You beholden to be hooved.
But yeah, I think that Spawn is literally and should be is top tier as Batman the animated series. It was bold because HBO had never done something like that. So
and shout out to them for taking that chance too, because Showtime wasn't taking that chance. Cinemax was trying to show everybody naked booty cheeks after 10 o'clock.
So, when
you laughing because you know what I'm talking about.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh, we talk about diaries, talk about Cab Confessions. How about that?
Cab Confessions.
Lady Chatterley's everything. How about that? Lady Chatterley had lovers, horses, everything. Lady Chatterley shoes. Like,
you watching with horses?
What, Cinemax? Come on now. Come on, Cinemax, they didn't give a damn. Okay, they was just like, it's booty cheeks and it's British. We're gonna put it on here.
Davey, you know you mad when all you heard was the following presentation is adult rated content. I was like,
ooh,
when you heard that,
it's called Skinny Max. My bad.
Definitely Skinny Max.
My bad. I remember cable when you had a box and you had the dial. It didn't turn. It went right across the back and forth.
You had the knob. I had the flyers.
See, Lane know what I'm talking about. It's like, look, I'm gonna change the TV.
Look here.
Break that box, I'll break your ass. Oh, okay.
Look, there was a time where, like, if you got cable and like whatever you watched in one room, it showed up in the other. Like,
my mother was so she was like, "Oh, they're watching something, ain't got no choice."
Look, when my son was coming up, now my son's a big gamer, big anime nerd, big gamer, everything, right? Yeah, and we stayed in a 2-apartment up and down home at that time. So the neighbor downstairs, she had went out with her dude, and she's like, "Well, can her son, stay the night with us?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's cool." They the same age, so they were playing the game, and then my son, he passes out. We go in the room, he passes out.
Mm-hmm.
So his friend slept in the living room. Well, the TV is on in our bedroom, and my wife fell asleep. Well, my back is to the television, but I see the flash on the wall, and I noticed it kept flickering.
Oh boy, here we go.
That fuzzy channel.
And I laughed. I don't know if this makes me a bad father or what, but I laughed and went on to sleep because I knew what it was.
I don't care. Anyway, we all did it. It was a channel you couldn't see. You were looking at it sideways.
I wasn't about to get up and
scope this audio. The channel you couldn't see, but the audio was crisp.
Yeah.
He's not wrong though. So tell me, dear lady, what would you like to do this evening? I want to see what he's doing.
And I only got up once because I was like, let me see who in the living room. My son was in the bedroom, knocked out. So I was like, all right, his little boy is over there in the room. And I went on back to bed. And I noticed that flickering again. I just giggled. And when I just like,
that's gonna be a fun morning. That's gonna be a fun tomorrow morning. So,
yeah, I told my wife. She's like, "Well, why didn't you say something?" I said, "Because we've all done it. I would be a hypocrite if I got on the board."
Wow,
I'm gonna be a hypocrite. I'm like, I'm being true to myself.
I'm not gonna lie. Early cable was what got me hip to a lot of the Monty Python movies.
The Quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Oh my God. Time Bandits is my joint, man. I love that movie. Return what you have stolen from me. Oh my God. That is a movie
that, as a kid, it weirded me out.
What, Time Bandits?
It's because as a kid, because I'm still into like time travel stuff. Mm-hmm. But as a kid, I'm like, it was throwing me because I wasn't used to British humor.
Gotcha.
So as I got older and seen it again, and I'm like, I get that.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. That tracks. I got it.
That was one time I saw
Benny Hinn. I said the same thing about him, so I realized, okay.
Sean Connery looks young. Yeah. Sean Connery looks young in Time Bandits. No one talks about this movie. That was one of my favorite roles, man, when he was in it.
Sean Connery. Oh, man. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to our guest, Alim Leggett, a.k.a. he's part of the Alter Ego Arts. I don't know why I keep wanting to say comics because I keep thinking about your comic. But
return what you have stolen from me.
But we'll be right back. We're going to talk about, he's got a dope project that I got a chance to read with Sweetpea and Purple Haze. I'm just like, yo, this.
Kira, you're muted, sweetie.
I'll get you a copy too. Don't worry.
Let me throw my name in the hat. I won't want to. Let me throw my name in the hat. Come on, man.
I hope you're not offended, but your comic is very very visually appealing. I won't say pretty, even though that's what I just said.
Did you say that in German? What the hell?
It's pretty. It's good. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
The art is very well done.
Until you unmute it, it's like, oh, it's beautiful.
You was kind of snapping on the mute, Kira. you had the whole head. You had the whole head thinking like, what you mean? Say what you meant to say.
That's her holstering her trigger. That's all it is. We'll be right back.
This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning? Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it. There's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store.
I used to run around with some boys 100 down. Birds fly, don't hit the ground. I get 5, hit the town. Hands on my bread, mind on my money. Gotta get fed. Time is my money. Cops on my head. Rain on the Mondays. Ops cold red. He did his a mummy. I get the bag and they wanna beat. Living in Philly but play with the heat. Summertime, what you at playing the street? My cousin got murked, been home for a week. My cousin got murked, been home for a week. Make the money, don't let it make you. Take them under before they try to take you. I don't know, I just make do. Me and the plug, man, it just take two. Make the money, don't let it make you. Take them under before they try to take you.
Okay, now can I have that music, please? Because that was fire. And I don't say that because a lot of music just sounds the same, but that was
fire.
That was absolute fire.
Yeah, that's Blue Benji's by Franchise. He's a Philly artist. I'm pretty sure you can find him. Granddaddy SP on Facebook. I'll find his Instagram for you and put it in the chat before the end of the show.
This is why I appreciate this young man. He brings up references. Bravo, sir.
This Sweetpea and Purple Haze. I read this comic. I wasn't expecting this story. I was heartbroken at first, and then I'm like, I need to see where this is going because, like, I have questions. So let's talk about Sweetpea and Purple Haze. How'd you come up with this concept?
Oh man, so this book is about, well, really, it's about, we have these young kids out inside of the city where we at is going through a lot and dealing with a lot. So I'm kind of putting a spin on what they're experiencing in the environment that they're in without kind of hitting off any stereotypes or anything like that. So you see the replacement with the the events that's happening, the monsters coming in and the invasion and all of that other stuff. Yeah, Purple Haze, my man Frank Percy. Yep. So that's how I came up with the concept of it there.
So tell the people what's the concept of this story.
Okay. So on the surface, it'll look like a Disney story almost, right? Well, the first issue anyway, because you got the little scrap of diary page for the title. Is the cover might give away a little bit, but you get kind of like a disconnect between what's being presented and what's inside, because you got this kid that should be living like a normal 14-year-old kid's life, but she's getting thrust into this crazy situation, and like, her father's her rock and her anchor inside of the world and everything, and like you get these kind of clashing identities of what should be and what is. So you know that I'm trying not to spoil anything.
No. Yeah, I got you.
We got it.
I got you. Because and that's what I can appreciate about this story, is because you have this father-daughter dynamic where she's like 14, and she's a typical 14-year-old, and he's a very loving father. He's very protective of his daughter. He looks out for her. He just seems like a strong black man. He's just protecting his home, protecting his family, doing what he needs to do, and then literally all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And so, but there's a scene, and I'm just like, no. And
it was all going so well.
It was going so well. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna. What?
It's a little bit of a yoink.
Yeah, it is. Like, where's the rug? It's gone. But I really love this story. I really do. And you've got some other characters. You got some dope art on top of that. Like I seen some Ninja Turtles art you did.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm like, hey, stop. All of them though. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I like this. I need more. What other projects are you working on?
So issue 2 of that video, actually, that was the world premiere of the video that we just saw earlier. Issue 2 of Sweet Pea is going to launch tomorrow afternoon on Kickstarter. Sweet Pea Sons of Adam is the title of this one, so you can look for that. And I've just been going to, a lot of conventions and still doing my painting thing and trying to get more fan art together. And, because I do a lot of original art and just like black community, focused art, which, like some people love it and be surprised when they see it. But a lot of people were looking for Naruto or like Batman or whatever. So
we different over here in the blur community. We different.
Although I got you respect for that. I got you respect for Afro Luffy though. I saw that when I was like,
oh, the Afro Luffy, yeah.
Afro Luffy one. That was good.
Yeah, see, so that's why I like to try to be if I'm going to do it, I want to do it in a way that I'm pleased with at the end of the day, and not just redrawing something that I'm not familiar with or don't got any real love for. So I got big plans for the Straw Hats, man. Those are my guys.
You're a good company.
Mostly. And I'm speaking for Lady Mandalore.
This is week day number 7 in a row on a twice a week show. Right. No, they're trying to convert me to their cult. It's not
conversion.
A strong word.
We're just welcoming you to the fold. It's not conversion.
No, this is
very strongly encouraged membership.
Did you check out the live action movies?
This is not a Clockwork Orange, okay? We're not taking you to a milk bar. She
did watch the live action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
It's cute or whatever.
Chopper's cute.
It's good. No, it's cute. It's actually, it is good. I will say it is good. It's better than most of the live actions. I will say it's better than all of the live action anime adaptations that I've seen. I will give it that. But it is also a cult.
It's the Straw Hat Crew, not a Scientology.
Thank you, Sakari.
But anyway.
So my eyes are drawn to the characters you have hanging up behind you.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Because
let me see.
Tell us about that.
So this is here we go. This is Imani. Right, that's our main character. Her father Marcus behind her, right? So he serves as her protector, And over here in issue 2, we're going to meet Himba, which is a race of people that are hunters. They travel around hunting the people that's in the group that's invading the earth, right? So she is I don't want to do her injustice by comparing her to other characters, but she's a fighter, and she's really tactical, and she's also
is
like
a
going to
little
be
Star Warsian in a sense.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of that. I mean, the helmet comes off, so she's got a little bit of Ahsoka in it since we are. You know what I mean? But
she's a Cylon.
She's very wise.
I mean, she is her. I'm just saying she's her. That's what I'm saying.
And she's the type of person that'll kick your ass and tell you about yourself at the same time calmly.
Oh, see, this lady.
I think people are going to really like her.
I'm committed. I promise you, I'm committed to the story.
So,
Lainey, why are you muted?
Yeah, Lainey is muted. She's like,
oh shoot,
Lainey is muted.
Sorry, I started.
I was just saying that's a black woman right there.
I'm not gonna.
You say it. I was like, is she miming?
When you sent it to me and I seen the title and I'm like, it's giving me 70s vibes just because of the name. It was like Sweetpea and Purple Haze, and I'm like, this gives me like black exploitation feels. Like I'm watching. I'm getting ready to sit back and watch Black Dynamite. And and I was, but either way, I would have been surprised. I would have been enjoying it either way because I love indie comics. I love blurred-centered indie comics more than anything because we have a fresh perspective on a lot of characters. We tell different stories about our characters. We give them completely different power sets because let's face it, a lot of power sets that we see from major companies is always water-based or electricity. That kind of sums it up. It kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get these off the wall type of storylines and just a completely different power set of skills. You know, we need that. Right. We need stuff like the antagonists. I prefer to know about a supervillain family that just happen to be black and they mind their own damn business. You know, that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I love it too for that, man. Especially the just happen to be black part. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not like they're black. It's a story about black people. Obviously, you can tell that from the cover, but at the same time, that's besides the point to the story. You know what I mean? And that's where we get that from indies, I think, more than anywhere else.
We do. And I think that story is becoming more and more prevalent where it's just like it just happens to be that they're black. It's no longer like we're running the narrative because, you know, the inclusion part, we're just like, all right, whatever, we'll just tell our stories.
Right.
And we'll tell our stories from our standpoint and our viewpoint.
Right, not the token sidekick or best friend or none of that nonsense.
Yeah, go ahead. What'd you say, Lady Madeline?
If you're not restricted by the weight of racism, it's magical what kind of stories you can tell.
Right. Although we do love when Black Panther puts his hands on the Klan. I'm just saying.
That does not get old.
That never
not get old at all.
No.
The day I meet Don McGregor, I'm going to shake that man's hand. who from what I found out was at Dragon Con.
Well, I'm telling you, it's a hop, skip, and a jump to Bermuda. Man.
See, you picked his anniversary time, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry about
that. That's a risk you just can't take. It's new. and this is a person that takes risk. No.
Like, if Will is saying, well, I might want to listen to reason. So you said issue 2 was getting ready to the Kickstarter for issue 2 was starting tomorrow, right?
Starts tomorrow. Yep. We got early bird specials too. So, you know, those first 48 hours, we want to try to get a good push out of there. And I put together some good deals. I learned a lot from the first one. Yep. So, you know, in the first campaign, I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning and cleaned it up. We ended up being funded with 100 backers. I think it was 100 at least, and about 6,000. So
nice.
Yeah, thank you. So this time we go on, you know, we set the bar. I learned a little bit more. You go a little bit lower. So this time we're trying to reach 4,000, but the sky's the limit. There's no ceiling on how much you can get. And I know that I don't have to stress as much, you know. And I also had I also been working with Ink Studios. I want to shout them out too because they helped me a lot. They the company that helped make the video there, and they helped me put my campaign together. They've been great to, you know, take a lot of the load off of what I had to do to get a really professional looking campaign together.
So
I implore you. Go ahead.
So, I had a question. So Alim, when you created Sweetpea and Purple Haze, by far, which I absolutely love the names. Love the names, love the title. What was your initial goal for creating these characters, this universe? What was your initial goal? Because I know all creators have a specific purpose as to why they create these comics and these characters. So I'd like to know what yours is.
All right. Well, I mean, sub goal, I would like to make kind of like a proof of concept. It's my dream to be an animated series. You know what I mean? And I've already taken some steps towards that. I talked to Carl Jones down at DreamCon, Martian Blueberry, man. He's a great guy. So, like that just felt like a step inside of the it felt like a step in the right direction. But like I said, that's a sub goal. The real point of the characters is I'm trying to show just the psychological effects, I think, about coming up inside of a violent environment and mental health and everything like that. Because, like, not to put a damper on the mood, but it's some dark stuff happens in the hood, man, that kids get put up to, and it just becomes like an everyday life thing. So even though it's extreme and, like out of this world what's going on inside of the book, is really not that too far out of the imagination of like experiences that people and children are going through. So we focus a lot on mental health, things like PTSD, and we focus a lot on the effect of parents inside of their kids' lives, whether like they there or they not there, or like just the value of that influence inside of their lives. And hopefully, like maybe somebody picks up the book and say, damn, I'm really like could be messing these kids up, man. Maybe I should do a little bit better. Move a little smoother.
No, but we need more like that, because that is, especially in the Black community, that is those are hot button issues. Mental health as overall, because all those effects, all those causes have that effect. So that needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about, because we are at a stage now, at least in the Black community, we are at a stage now where talking to a therapist is necessary. Yes. Like we're not the ancestors who said, no, that's weird, don't do that, or you'll be fine, or go sleep it off, or whatever. No, we're not at that. We're not those people anymore. We've accepted the fact that, yeah, you might need to talk to somebody of professional background, and preferably our background. If possible. So it's needed.
It's okay to seek help outside of the family. Like family sometimes is the ones that's breaking you. I
was about to say that. Yeah.
Be best to seek outside help. You need somebody. What is it? You need somebody to direct all of your outside or inside thoughts too, because keeping it in is not. It ain't the look. I promise you, it's not the look.
Yeah. Talk about it and unpack it.
It's unfortunate we were raised. The majority was like, I know Chris can relate to this, and I know some, and I definitely know Will can to a certain point, where we had the toxic environment, and this was our teacher. This was how we learned our life lessons. This is where we learned that we're not allowed to be vulnerable. We're not allowed to have emotions. We're not allowed to seek help, because if you do, that means you're weak. It means you can't handle life and whatever it throws at you. And we look at it years later and we go, why did they teach me to be this way? Because I can't break this cycle. It's hard. I can't. And now my kids are coming into this. So what you're creating, in my opinion, is amazing, because it's going to present that picture to a lot of the younger generation who think that what they're doing now is normal. You have that visual and you go, why is this normal? This is hurting the people in our neighborhoods and our communities. Why did we make this normal? This is stupid. We need to fix this. We need to change this.
And even when you see stuff on social media, and we talk about it in our chat all the time, it was like there's news that comes out on social media that we're just like, really, this is what we're doing. You're like,
right?
If I swear to God, if I see Christian and Blueface one more damn time,
it's crazy. It's crazy that's becoming the norm, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I am not worried about their fan base over here, because I'm like, look, if you're watching us, you can't be listening to them,
right?
I appreciate the elevated IQ of our audience. I absolutely do.
But you're right.
Not to be a snob about it, huh?
as she takes a sip. As she
Not to be a snob, with the pinky in the air.
The pinky was almost up.
The pinky was almost up after you sipped. But no,
she did a wine glass, so instead of just regular
that.
but it's a fair point, though. You know, as you have to be conscious of the stories that you tell, because again, we don't want to fall into those stereotypes. I mean, I'll say it best. It's like, I love Blood Syndicate, but Blood Syndicate kind of repeats the same type of stuff that, as entertaining as it is, it's reciprocating something that's a stereotype. It doesn't really show anything different. So yeah, it's an entertaining story, but in the same case, you are giving younger minds the impression, this is the environment, this is the cycle that we're introducing. So I get the whole idea of just wanting to do different stories, just because number one, we've never had them, and number two, yeah, younger generation, they're going to take what we're seeing and they're going to run with it. This depends on, are they running with it in a different direction, or are we just repeating the same stories all over again? It's like a Tyler Perry movie on repeat.
Yeah. I think when I see stories like Sweetpea and Purple Haze, or even Eve Ewing, who's working on Black Panther, and how that storyline is going right now, where like there's stuff that's being included that has never been thought before, or even Nicholas Draper's run on Static, showing a different dynamic that resonates with the Blurred community, because at some level we've lived it or know someone who has. You know, so it's definitely necessary.
Shout out to Nicholas Draper. Having a chance to talk with him, that young man, you as he's describing the story and where he's trying to go with it, you felt everything coming from him, and I'm a fan. I'm genuinely a fan.
I have a question for you, Alim.
Yep.
What was the turning point for you? Because I don't know if I've asked this anyway. What was the turning point for you to decide that you wanted to actually make this comic? Because I feel like everybody has that moment where it's like, you know what, fuck it, I got to do it. You know, no matter the end result, I have to put this out. Do you have a moment, or do you have like a turning point for you where you're like, I have to get this done?
Yeah, well, see, for me, that moment happened when I realized that it was a possibility for me to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like it may sound weird, but this has been something, telling these stories and creating these stories is something that I've always done. You know, even since childhood, I drew up characters, invented, just the backstories of them and interactions between them and everything like that. And then that was the end of it. And the cartoons that was on TV and the animes and the comic books and all of that was just somebody else, in some far off land was making those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even think that it was a possibility for me until 2020. You know, so.
Wow, really?
So I'm on the same boat with you.
2020, man. It goes that way for us, unfortunately, and I think that's changing now with younger generations. That it's just clicking that we can do a lot of shit, man. Like it's not impossible for us to do these things.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I love to see those kids on YouTube that's blowing up with their channels, because they're doing they making movies and stuff like that from off of their cell phones and blowing up off of them. And I love to see it, and it really it warms my heart to see them out there getting it, because it's dreams that I had that I see other people fulfilling. And I hope that somebody will see this and realize that, if you want to make a comic book, because I know there's thousands of people out there with stories, you can make one. You know what I'm saying? Even if, you build yourself a team, one paycheck at a time, you set aside a couple of dollars and, you make the sacrifice to build what you want to build, and it'll take you places once you put your heart into it and do it. I've been, to a ton of new places and met people and talked to people after making this book, I got in the room with Carl Jones from the Boondocks, man. Like, that's crazy.
You're talking to people. We've had him on. We've talked to him in person. We know that's why when you mentioned it.
Yeah, no, dude, I was at BlurredCon. I was at BlurredCon with you, and that was my very first second major in-person interview was with him. So trust me, the energy. I know what you feel.
Yeah, like it's really like it's insane. That it took me this many years to do it, but I don't think I'll ever go back now.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah. When you take that leap, it's that leap. When you take that leap and you look back, you be like, damn, that's all it took. You're like, I was in my own way.
All it takes is a step.
That's all it takes.
Wow, I just didn't mean to go Spider-Man just now. Damn. I just really went Spider-Man. All it takes is a leap of faith.
That's all it takes is a leap of faith. Exactly. Peter B. Parker was not wrong. Go ahead.
No, I'm being corrected by Tafari. DreamCon was
it's been the summer of cons.
Man,
I have not traveled this much in my entire life. It's
I'm the summer of George.
I'm happy to have it.
But see, and I think, this is what I love about that leap of faith. We can accomplish so much with just that one step, and I think what does it is that fear of failure. And what a lot of people don't understand is like that's where you fail by you fearing that failure. You didn't take that leap. You didn't take that first step. It's just like, you got to take that leap. People that are listening or watching, take the leap.
And I'll say that the people that we all look up to, all the successful people, are still just people at the end of the day. I mean, they're great. I'm not taking away nothing from nobody, but they're not superhumans. You know what I mean? Like,
dude,
these are people.
Like, did you get the sense that the people that we've come across that are in like the upper echelon of the world, I still read a little bit of fear and anxiety from them. It doesn't go away, but you've got to press through and get what it is that you want done. You can't let the anxiety is it's a feeling, but it's ultimately going to be just a word, because once you get through it, you'll be so mad that you let it hold you back. Yeah. You're so mad you let it hold you back.
It's always, you just gotta get to that woo part. That woo. Okay, that's what always comes down to, because like Chris said, it's the whole idea of fear. It's like we as a people have been told that it's success or nothing. We have been ingrained. That's exactly how we think. It's how we come up. We've been told success or nothing. So we've never been given the area. We've never been given the area for failure. So because and also at the same time, if it's something that you're passionate about, I mean, whether it's voice acting, whether it's your own comics, whether it's your own show, your cons, when you got something you care about, you protect it. It's your baby. You want it to do nothing more than to we don't want nothing more to do it but for it to succeed. So in your mind, it's always like, okay, I'm going to do everything humanly possible. And that's where what Kier was saying, like you meet, and of course, also you were saying later that some people that you meet that are successful, they still have the fear, because okay, you got this lick, cool. What's the next one gonna do? Because as much as we're confident about what we want to do in life, it's always going to be that next step is just going to be, is it going to be as successful as the first one? And then you're starting the whole process all over again, where you have to get yourself back to take another leap of faith. So, I mean, it's cool that we're finding ourselves surrounded by people that are having this moment and just going, why not? Like it's like you said, kids will pick up faster. Kids will always pick up faster than adults will. They'll sit there and be like, oh, I can just take my iPhone and make a movie. Cool. My 10-year-old nephew has figured that out. He's got more followers than I do. But I'm sitting there looking at him like, if a 10-year-old had up in his mind that he is just gonna stream Fortnite and do TikTok videos and become successful at it, and he just sat there and said in his mind, okay, I'm just gonna do it. it is amazing that a child can figure out something faster than an adult with experience can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and everything you said is even compound, especially if you came up in a Caribbean household, especially that fear of failure. Shit.
You better not come in this house with anything less than. What did you do? A B? What's that round letter you got
B
going
means
on there? On that?
nothing.
No,
Okay.
no, Lane, you got Caribbean parents. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like my mother, God rest her soul, like she was American, but my dad was is Haitian, and like you didn't come home with less than anything than perfect, basically. And it
What were
just
you?
like,
What were you doing and being distracted that you got that?
you know? And if you're not a dentist or a doctor or a lawyer, then you're basically nothing.
Yeah.
What the hell you say?
So why is it you brought home
I can't remember the dude's name, but he's an Asian comedian.
Someone Stephen Hay. What the hell you say?
Yeah. He plays his father. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
A is average. It's like, but that's the best you can get. You know?
And I get it for a certain extent because we all grew up. We all had parents that were like that. Like, look, I never want to see a C. If I see a B, it better be because you sneeze and wrote in the wrong answer. It's like that kind of thing. It better be because of a sneeze or something like that. Because we've always, like I said, had that whole thing of excellence just drilled in our heads. And I know for some parents, and like I said, Nigerian parents, Caribbean parents, that's a whole different level of pressure because they're like, it's like, what will you be? I said, I will be a painter. No, you will be a doctor or engineer. Pick one, doctor or engineer.
I got lucky when I get flack for being a teacher. And that's only because my mother was a teacher and my father was a teacher. And, I dare him to say, like, being a teacher wasn't what it was. But I know other people, even in my family, either if you're a lawyer, doctor, anything else.
Yeah, because that's all. I mean, that's what we saw as level of success. I mean, either you were a doctor, you were a lawyer, you were an engineer, you were a specialist or a surgeon. It was always that one thing that parents always wanted to brag about you, but never no presence.
Yeah,
it's always been that thing. It's always been that thing. But
creativity
you gotta work twice as hard to get half as much and all that shit.
Oh Lord,
creativity in the Black community was never rewarded because it had to meet a certain standard. It had to have a certain aesthetic. Yeah, you had to look a certain way, you had to sound a certain way, you had to act a certain way. If you diverged from that, or you even went on a different path, you were an outcast.
That's right.
But isn't it amazing that now it's that same free thinking and that same creativity that puts all of us on this path of something bigger?
Yeah,
like telling these stories, writing these movies, pay the writers. Being being behind the scenes and creating some of the costumes that we see on 80 to 90%, shout out to 9B Collective, of what we see on television and on screen. And that all comes from that free thinking, that creativity. It was like it's not stifled anymore, I guess is what I'm saying. When you mentioned you didn't take that leap until 2020, I think a lot of people felt like that. Not just the Blur community, but a lot of people. But for the Black community,
but see,
that was the awakening.
But see, the crutch. But the crutch, unfortunately.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, ladies first. That's the rules. Come on now.
I mean, did you feel limited in any way, shape, or form? Like before this, like, did you feel like you needed to talk to yourself and say, you know what, this thing that's surrounding me is a bunch of bullshit. Like, I need to come up off of it and just do me.
Yeah. I mean, well, high school in Philly, man, and like going to Brook, I mean, like I'm hiding my Pokemon cards. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, it didn't really bother me, but I knew that I was a little bit different from them, and I got in more trouble trying to be like the crowd than just trying to be myself. You know what I mean? That took me through probably one of the worst block of years in my life trying to run around and blend in. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm one of the different ones for the simple fact, and it's probably because of my uncles, because my mother seen that I was just as creative into comics as a kid. Like, just I'm talking about kindergarten. Like, people say, "Oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to do that." I was like, "I want to be the bandit from Smokey and the Bandit. I want the car." Like, I had a whole stage where I was in the red shirts and blue jeans with cowboy boots in kindergarten. I wanted that. I guess she knew then this kid is different. I was like, hey.
You know what? I can't say nothing because my thing was Knight Rider, so you ain't know. I just want to Trans Am. That's all.
We're not going to bring mine up. We're not going to bring mine up. No, I already know I'm strange. We're not going to bring mine up.
I want to be in the holograms and She-Ra.
See,
so I knew vibe was and I was fortunate enough that even the kids that I was around throughout elementary, middle school is just a weird transitional phase. I don't know what the hell those 2 years are, but all through elementary, you find out there's kids that's into Star Wars. You find out that they're really into Knight Rider and Smokey and the Bandit and stuff like that. And then, like I said, 7th and 8th grade, those are damn blurs, but 9th grade, you're just trying to find your tribe, and you're still into certain things, but you're trying to find the tribe that you're a part of, because you don't know, unless you grew up with them, you don't know who's doing what.
Yeah,
or who's into what, but I was fortunate enough to even then come across guys who were fantastic artists. No training, just that damn good. Still talk to these guys to this day because they're that good. It was just like, yeah, can you freehand something for me? And they could do it. So I was lucky enough. I didn't get that bullying, like some people did. I didn't get that. Then again, like the crowd I was around, it was like, hey, we're gonna sit down and watch Kung Fu theater, and you keep this up, we might have to whoop your ass. I don't know if it was one of those things, but
yeah. I mean, like for me, it was just like we had it. I ain't gonna say it was really one way or the other, because I had my group that was all into the same things as me. We would watch Dragon Ball Z and then call each other and talk about it. But it's like at the same time, our perception, like the collective perception of reality, is like you can't really get away from what's going on around us. So I guess we kind of like just blended both worlds into one weird thing and traveled down there. And I did carry that with me for a long time, and it wasn't until, to answer your question, it wasn't until I got away from all of it, like I let go of that baggage and started actually my daughter did that for me. I let go of a lot of baggage and just like realized that it wasn't worth the trouble that it the reward wasn't worth the trouble that I was getting from doing all that stuff. So I mean, and that brings us back again to like part of the theme of the book, because with Sweetpea, with Imani, she's going to be coming up inside of this world that's now like changed forever. Like it's never going back to being the same. She got to deal with all this violence and all this crazy stuff and everything like that. And then she still has her father to kind of like challenge her and try to direct her. You know what I mean? Whether she wants it, whether she's receptive or not, we're going to find out where her story takes her. But he did his job in laying that foundation, and that's gonna throughout the story,
going forward,
be an influence with her.
Do you see her being grown up? Like, do you plan on? I don't know if you can say it or not.
But these first four
is your hope.
Yeah, these first four is an introductory arc. You know what I mean? So once we get past that, we might get into, and it's not like, I don't want to disappoint anybody and thinking that it's a happy story. It's not really like, it's not like she got to go through some stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
so
I don't want to force. If you don't want to say it, I don't want to. I don't want to push you.
It's the path of the hero. We know if you've read any comic with a major hero, it's the path of any hero. There's gotta be some form of tragedy. Like you can't have it all and still become the vigilante or the big blue Boy Scout or whomever. There's got to be some level of tragedy that makes you either the bad guy or make you overcome the adversity and become the good guy.
Exactly.
Or
or
disappointment.
something in between.
Yeah, disappointment. Disappointment will do that to you.
So before we take a break, tell everybody where they can find you.
Man, you can find me Alter Ego Arts. You can find me at Sweetpea Comic on those are both Facebook and Instagram. And Sweetpea Comic, I have a TikTok for that also. That's where you can find me.
Go support that Kickstarter. Go find him. Go look him up. Go show your love, because this is that first issue. It hooks you.
It's gonna be available on the Kickstarter too. The Sweetpea 2 Sons of Adam on Kickstarter.
Yeah, check it out. Jay won't even say. I remember trying to expose the Philly scene to the idea of black nerd creators, and the fandom said Philly was not for it.
No, yeah, Philly is
Philly different, man. Philly different. So, we'll be right back. We are talking about Ahsoka so far, episodes 1 through 4. You want to check this out? You know how we do around here. We're gonna have some fun.
There's that squeal.
Do you like your pancakes patted, your biscuits buttered, your cakes fluffy? Then you should get Mother Butters. I put that on everything: pasta, veggies, rice, and everything nice. Mother Butters will get you right. Oh yeah, GMO free, and for those who are vegan, Mother Butters has a non-dairy option. That's right. There's enough Mother Butters for everyone to enjoy. Get Mother Butters from your local grocery store. Hey, man! What you doing in my kitchen?
Damn.
Can't take us nowhere.
Safe.
You can't take us
nowhere. Full committal.
So we are well into 4 episodes of the new Disney Plus series Ahsoka, and I don't know about anybody else. Rosario Dawson is showing her whole ass.
Almost literally.
I'm
She's
digging this. I ever since her appearance on The Mandalorian, which was a fantastic showing because that got people going. Like, if The Mandalorian wasn't enough, now you're starting to bring Star Wars Rebels characters into the play.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're losing their minds. So Jay says, what was that? What did you say? So if you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels, this is almost like a Star Wars Rebels season. What is it? Season
5.
5, yeah. It's damn near. It's damn near.
You did not miss a beat. My goodness.
It's damn near season 5 of Star Wars Rebels, and we're picking up the story of Ahsoka Tano.
Oh,
when
it's confirmed 5 by Mr. Filoni himself. I'm sorry.
Oh, look at that.
It's confirmed.
The man is doing the Lord's work. I swear to God.
May the Lord keep him.
That's a fact. The way they ended Rebels was a crime.
See, this is why I had to go back and go watch Rebels. I was trying to binge watch. Thank you for watching me this far, all the way to season 5. So that's why I was like, okay, I there were some parts of Ahsoka I didn't really catch. I had to go back and watch. I'm like, I get it now. So,
so
it's funny.
Here's the goddess here. She looks amazing. Matter of fact, she trained to be ambidextrous to fight her scenes.
Wow.
It's not easy. Let me tell you. I have tried. I've got my kendo sticks right here. Let me let you know.
You say that left hand just do everything.
Okay. No, it's weird. It's weird. My left hand is better than my right.
Really?
Because you probably use your right more than anything else.
So you're right hand dominant.
Yeah, if you're right hand dominant, the left tends to have a little more finesse because you don't use it as much.
No. Stick around. We won't spoil it for the last.
No. We don't do that. We don't do that here. We don't do that.
We do reviews. We like what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Stick around, have some fun, join in the conversation. You know we like you here.
No, keep you behind right there in that seat, ma'am. Miss Nicole, please.
Yeah, she goes to the government now.
He said, take my strong hand.
Take my strong hand.
Strong hand. Take my strong hand. But
you like that, Navy.
You know what it is? It's also cello, because I should not be able to do this the way that
Kira's a villain. This is why I love her on the squad.
I mean, you fill her with the strings. Makes sense.
I could do it with two of them. How about that?
Well, no, it's like
what's the difference?
At this point, you'll be doing water signs.
Oh, all right, fine, lady. Shit.
No, I'm just asking.
Wow.
I do mine. The fingers that sound like they're like a bowl of cereal.
Okay.
I've never played cello, but I can
You ain't gonna have to do something jutsu over at my house. I'm good.
Some people can't do it. I guess.
Black people melanated.
Black people magic.
Yeah, they melanated.
I'm good all the way. It's all good.
We are family by fingers.
Yeah,
that's why Miles is the best Spider-Man. Okay, because we can do that.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Let's go.
He is stronger than Peter, by the way.
Better hair too.
So we are literally picking up Ahsoka Tano as we know when she left off Rebels. It left her story in limbo. Pretty much. We know that the Star Wars Rebels line, it pretty much was the filler of Anakin's story, and there was some other backstory characters that told some stuff. But yeah, like you said, Lainey, it was a cry, and Favreau and Filoni are fixing that. Praise thee. Fans lost it when they seen her on Mandalorian, and they seen how well she was handling herself. Yo, when I seen those blades, all I could say was like, "Shit, we here now. We here now." It's like it's like the Chappelle skit, Stedman, and don't you fuck this up for me. But I like what they're doing. You know, their episode. You know, obviously, and I don't get what is going on. Every fan base has their toxic, whatever you want to call it.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all.
Oh, there's a few.
I wish the Phantom for Space 1999 would grow some balls. I said what I said.
There seems to be this thing where, and we are part of it too, where we make these theories and we get disappointed. But we're that part of that group that, yeah, we make the theory, we might get disappointed, but we don't make it a thing. We don't say, oh, I'm never going to watch the show again. Or I hate what that. I'm like, no, Star Wars has evolved as it's supposed to. The only other franchises that I know that has gone this far is Star Trek and James Bond.
Yeah.
And it's a bold statement.
Hey,
statement. It's a true statement.
It's a true statement. You know, it's like, and those are without any in Buffy's coming up. You know, and there's no question that yes, there's some things that's happened in those franchises that we don't like, or it fell flat on its face. You know,
Supernatural is dead. I'm sure people are gonna be.
Yo, hey!
Bite your tongue, sir.
No.
I will respect the beard, but bite your tongue, sir.
Winchester slander over here.
Now the fact that I said that, and I am a Supernatural fan, and watching y'all just come out y'all's cages and just bare your fangs.
We like, hey, slow down. We don't do any Winchester slander over here.
I stuck with all 15 seasons.
Wait, say what?
I stuck with all 15 seasons.
I was gonna say, so are you one of those Supernatural fans, David, that said the show should have ended at season 5? Okay, cool. You're not that.
I'm glad it didn't, but I kind of am, because like the first 5 seasons slapped so hard.
And
They did.
I think the series overall, it was brilliant in its concept.
Season 3 was the best to me.
But like all shows, it starts to show its age over time.
Oh yeah.
They're on the Supernatural. Before we get to Ahsoka, the only hang up what I had with Supernatural was that final season. I know why, because it was pandemic problems. I get it. You know, they were dealing with stuff. I still want my proper final season. Because when you hear about what was done and what they actually had planned, and I'm like, oh, fucking opportunity.
Oh, what they had planned?
They had a full reunion planned. It was still supposed to be the boys dying. It was still supposed to be that, but it was the boy. It was Dean dying, and then meeting up with his mother and father. And then it was them meeting up. It was them meeting up with all their past hunters who they lost. It was meeting up at the bar that they used to all meet up at.
That would have been phenomenal.
It was Kansas. It was Kansas playing at the bar, playing Wayward Son.
Yeah.
They had
it. So
yeah. So the fact that the pandemic really
come back and shoot the shit, because I'm telling you right now, that would be the ending all Supernatural fans would go for. I have a friend of mine who cosplays as the car, as Baby, and yes, she cosplays as Baby in her own way. How? I will send you. Matter of fact, I will send you pictures of her because she is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal.
I'm intrigued.
Like if Baby were in human form, she killed it.
Oh.
She killed it.
Does she even have the pictures too?
Yes.
They're the only show to pull off an animated crossover, and it was fucking brilliant.
That shit was great. Oh man, that is a
right.
That is a fact.
How many seasons did Supernatural go to?
15.
15.
That's a good run, man.
Yeah, it was.
It's the One Piece of fucking live action.
Oh no. Days of Our Lives forever. Days of Our Lives will forever hold that crown.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
If there was ever going to be a One Piece relative, it's that show.
Is that still happening?
Yes.
Okay, that I will watch.
They are One Piece is up to 1,068 episodes, and I'm caught up. So
now I gotta find out how many days of our lives there are. So
2,703.
I think it's more.
So on Ahsoka Tano, or for Ahsoka, we get everybody from Rebels, just about. The tease of Thrawn. This is gonna be fucking
I feel like this is gonna bring Zeb somewhere.
Yeah, because he showed up in Mandalorian.
Yeah, so they have to.
Yeah, you know, like even we.
Thrawn showed up in Mandalorian.
Yeah, Zeb does.
No,
Zeb. Not Thrawn. Not
Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn's been mentioned. He's been
mentioned in Mandalorian, but he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like what they're doing. I really do. I like that they're touching back on Rebels and going through certain levels and stuff like. I like what they're doing in this last episode. Watching Rosario battle. Shit.
So, I was kind of divided. I can't even lie. The first 2 episodes, I was kind of divided.
I'm with you.
I was waiting for it.
I really felt like it was. I'm always gonna say, like, I really felt like the characterization of some of the main characters was a difference between watching Aang as anime and then Aang in live action and like Sokka in live action. Like, it was such a disconnect for me. I felt like this episode finally brought all that shit together. And I know that some people didn't watch this, so I'm not gonna say it, but just how it ended.
Yeah.
That is committed. I really do. I really hope that character arc is committed. The only thing I don't like the other way how it ended is what they introduced. I hope that's 14,000. Not real.
Jesus.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, it's real. It's real. They did it. They no. Let me tell you how it has to be real. It has to be real because there's no other way to bring Mace back.
They gonna keep shitting on Mace.
Wow.
See, see,
There's no other way to do that.
And listen,
Why you say they bringing Mace back?
I want Mace. This is
Because
it's
the
purple.
way
It's
that
purple. I know you can't see
the
it's
way-
purple, but I don't want it to happen.
I need to happen.
I got you, lady. I got you, lady. Hold on.
Let's bring some more original stories. Like, let's not go backwards again. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's not. It's not going
really
backwards
though. It's not.
It's not.
I mean, they probably. I mean, you know, if you believe the internet, then Maul can come back too. And again, we did not have enough of Maul at all. Okay,
Maul's voice has already been heard in episode 1.
I did not hear that.
Live action Maul.
I know you
we
did
need
not
more of
hear that.
Sure.
Maul has already been introduced.
I said live action Maul, definitely need more of that.
I mean, can we get Ray Park? Okay, can we get him? Because
he ain't doing much of anything.
If that can happen, I'm not
that he
gonna
can't
lie.
divulge,
I'd be
NDA.
mad, but I'd be happy because again, it's this. We need to build on the nostalgia and not go forward, and that's I think my biggest problem with Star Wars at a whole, that they don't want to go forward, they want to build backwards, and then it's just like you have a great opportunity right now to go forward with some brand new stuff, like where Thrawn could possibly be, and bringing in like the ancient whatever they're called, I forgot what they're called. That could be something different that Star Wars fans have never seen as a whole, unless you are a diehard fan, unless you know all the legacies and legend books. You know what I'm saying? But like when you bring in those aspects, that are things that have not been seen and talked about in general spaces. And that is truly exciting. You know what I'm saying? But then when you keep on going backwards, it's like, fuck.
So hold on. When do Ahsoka takes place at what point in time, like compared to the movies?
So
is it after the original movies?
Is after Empire, or is after
it's
Return?
It's between the fall of the Empire and the First Order.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Is because, and that's the thing. This is what I can appreciate about what we're getting, not just from Ahsoka, but just all the filler, like the Mandalorian and everything. This is what I can appreciate because it's such a vast universe that is more than just the Skywalker clan. You know, would I've wanted the Skywalker clan storyline to end differently? Of course, but you know, I don't have no control of that. But I'm glad that we're getting other characters to talk about and kind of introduce in backdoor ways to say, hey, while that was going on over here, this was going on over here. And we can build off of that, and we can move forward and have other legacy characters involved. And you know, I'm like, I'm sorry, but if you thought Vader was something, now we got Moff Gideon, and it's like it's Esposito, for Christ's sake. Like,
you have something I want.
And he's extremely excited playing that role. You know, and that's just in The Mandalorian. So when you see even the line that Hera gives, you know, once a rebel, always a rebel. And I'm just like, you goddamn right. You know? And you know, and rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yes,
I'm so mad.
Yes,
mad, sad.
Yes,
the whole.
And it's just like,
I think he might be the second best thing in that entire series, which is really sad.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to remember which series it was, but it's cool to see the other side of the Resistance. What did they turn into after the Empire was down? Who's in charge now? I don't want to get the name.
It's the New Republic, and it's it's not
well, Leia's still there.
No, it's not Leia. It's not Leia. She's still kind of rebel-y-ish.
Yeah.
She's not the talk piece. It's the other chick. I can't whose name I can't remember.
I mean
Mon Mothra.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool seeing like the New Republic they got some shit with them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes, and like they kept some Empire stuff around. So like when she's like once a rebel, always a rebel, you don't know where that might go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we might have to rebel against y'all, man. Y'all might, we might have to check y'all.
Y'all acting funny. Y'all looking a little sideways on some of these. What's going on?
The side eye's looking a little thick over there. Yeah.
I forget what series it was, but they had like these torture devices that was left over from the Empire.
That was the Mandalorian too.
That was in the Mandalorian.
That was the Mandalorian.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I don't remember. Okay.
Where they're doing the mind melt.
Yeah.
Instead of
It was like, oh no, ours is different because we turned the dial down. It only stops at 5 now. It doesn't go all the way up to 11.
Not all the way to 11.
It's the numbers are still there, but we just leave it at 5.
This is one who number one, I love the fact that they're bringing these characters back. Number two, I love the fact that they got my guy back here.
He sounds so different. He sounds like
he could be either your favorite doctor or your favorite demon. Depends on what day of the week it is. Yeah.
David Tennant is a beast, man. I like him.
You gotta love the guy. You gotta love the guy. Like he just brings a level of something that is just
and like low key, I be thinking he's kind of a bad guy because shit be going sideways for him way too often. I'm looking at him funny.
Like the way he be telling you all the time.
He just likes to reinforce Jedi protocol. That's all.
There you go.
He's a stickler for it.
No filter.
He said, "Not bad, but not good either." I'm like, "Damn, thanks for the vote of confidence."
He's like, you have, out of all the Jedi I've seen, you have no
talent.
Like that. No talent.
You ain't got no talent, girl.
I'm like, damn,
man.
So,
like,
you would have never let you in the door.
They struggle. No, get out of my face.
I didn't finish Rebels, but is the Gray Jedi, does that ever become a thing anywhere?
That's like Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. She's a great Jedi. Ray Stevenson, his group, they're not even Sith. They're considered dark Jedi. Mm-hmm. They're not even Sith. They're like, I guess you said adjacent. Sith adjacent.
Yeah.
So the Gray Jedi, they don't belong to a particular sect.
They follow the right side of the Force, the light side of the Force. Mm-hmm. However, if shit need to get done in a dirty way,
I mean, like they consider Mace Gray Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
damn it, because he's on the council. Yes, he's making sure stuff get done, but if shit really needs to get done,
you know what's so funny is when I think of. When I hear people talk about the Jedi, I always gravitate to Dune because you have the Atreides, House Harkonnen, and the Fremen.
Mm-hmm.
So the dynamic is literally along those lines. You have Atreides, who are the noble house that everyone is, they're following after. You have the Harkonnen, who just don't like anybody. They want to take out the Atreides, and you have the Fremen, who are like, "We here. What you want us to do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where's Muad'Dib? You good? All right, come on, man. Let's go. Let's go get some worms out of sand. Come on, let's go." And that's kind of how I see Star Wars. So that keeps me from losing my mind.
I do love Chopper. I love Chopper.
I think there's more of a pull towards the dark and the light side there, so it gives you more room to have one side lean a little bit more towards the other, or to have a surprise person kind of flip on you.
Mm-hmm.
With Dune, it's very, we stick to the script. Like this is our house. We ride for our house. This is how we act. We're not going to change our MO.
Right.
With Star Wars, you can get people to go from one side, to go from the light side to the dark side. In
the case of Dune, you become part of the Fremen. You don't pledge fealty to either house. You're right there in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you stay there. With Star Wars, you've got a little more fluidity.
Yeah. This one.
I like her.
Morgan
I do like her.
Elsbeth is something different because one, she was an ex-Night sister. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a little sidebar. In real life, she was but yeah.
I went to the X.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah,
it's with the shits.
Yeah. The actress is actually Bruce Lee's goddaughter.
Real.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I'm like, so you're a night sister, and you're connected to one of the most badass people.
I would love to see just an animation about that.
I pray that she stays in theater for a while because the Lee family is so cursed. Oh my goodness. Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee. I mean, what happened to Brandon Lee? I'm still bugging off of that one. That reminds me of Rush.
Shannon stays behind the scenes.
Good girl.
She better
stay away
and
from.
Don't fly. Do not fly often.
Stay away from munitions. It's like, yeah, this gun's got blanks. Get the out of here with that. What's wrong with you?
That was crazy.
Without doing, because we're doing reviews, we're not doing like the spoiler. Because how many episodes is it for? Is it
4?
6? It's
4.
It's 8.
We're only halfway through.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I was like, no, it's not 4 already. I know it's.
I'm looking at 4 like right now. No, it's 8.
No.
Yeah,
it's 8 episodes in total, but like Kira said, we're halfway through.
Yeah, they're telling a story, and this is what I can appreciate just about this universe alone. I like getting new stuff. I like getting new stuff. I'll take the good with the bad. It's okay. Like, I'm not gonna be the one chewing them up and whatever. We got Favreau and Filoni. We're fine. They're righting wrongs.
He's making me nervous. I'm not gonna lie. He's making me a little nervous with Ahsoka. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what it is. There's something that itches with me. That's if I got an itch, it's itchy and it's got to get fixed. Like, you better fix that in the next episode type of itch. I don't.
They actually commit to Sabine.
The twitchings.
I'm gonna say I think Sabine is playing the long game. I think Sabine has listened.
Yeah, I don't think she's doing it
Ahsoka.
Like. Yeah,
she knows what she's in the same place with that ball. She's in the same place with the people. She knows how to get to where she needs to go. Right. Yeah. She has access to communications. Right. She knows how to reach them. Right. Don't sleep on Sabine. Sabine been in this game too long for y'all to be falling for.
This is how I look at it.
Don't sleep on my girl.
Between Sabine,
I just like the way it ended, and I wish that's actually how they're going to take that character.
Yeah, between Sabine, Hera, and Ahsoka, I'm like, Hera already said, "I'm the general. I'm going to be disobeying orders." Just so you know, that's what we do.
I run the show. What are you talking about? You can't.
And I'm sitting back watching it. Like, no, don't sleep on these sisters. Like,
oh, absolutely.
They're in sync. They're in sync. So it's like, I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you won't do that. It's like,
go ahead.
They're gonna watch each other's backs. If anything else.
And it's crazy for you to say no, just leave them to go, like, don't go help your friends. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what these people been through together, man.
I mean, you knew she was coming. You knew she was coming.
She broke him.
She was like, she was like, yeah, and the council said no, so we won't be coming. And she was like, she'll be coming. I'm not gonna say anything. I ain't worried about that. We about to be in the muck or in the middle, bitch. She gonna show up. So
for company.
Yeah, right. So who is it? Mark? That battle between him and Ahsoka?
Man.
When he pulls out the double blades, and starts spinning, and she's just looking, and then like boom. It gave me Old West vibes. Old West. Yeah,
honestly,
don't do that. Don't do that. Some people ain't seen it.
It gave me Old West vibes, but
it's very Old West vibes. Yeah,
the way the look she gave me, and I'm just like, yeah, this ain't going.
This is how you thought it was going to end.
One thing I know that's dope, like they got right now. We got a story about a Jedi or a great Jedi that's training a Mandalorian.
Basically,
to be a Jedi, right?
Right.
And then we also got a Mandalorian that's training a young Jedi over on the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, the Mandalorians ain't nothing to play with, man. Like I think they showed that inside of the series, because everything that I'm watching,
really the wave, really.
I mean, she is our resident encyclopedia on all things Mandalorian.
I'll fuck you up a little bit.
I mean, I'm no expert, but
Slight fracture
when I'm
coming
watching these
from
Disney
Kira,
Plus
okay.
shows, like my bar is how fast would Mando just tear through whatever these problems is that they having? Because to me, like, just my opinion, that dude is like the Terminator when anything that he comes through.
Yeah,
you know,
jarring. Yeah,
he's like
he's no pass.
There's no diplomacy at all. We don't do
none.
I can bring you in warm.
None.
I can bring
Fuck
you
it
in
up and
cold.
apologize later.
He's no pass. I'm like talking about somebody that was just like, you know what? Fuck this. My gun's overheating.
What are we doing? I said hello and we're not fighting. We've talked for too long.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But that's how that's when I see them fight, I'm like, that's big dude. Don't no.
Even Grogu was like,
wait, push the button.
that lit kid now look at me split. Like, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me.
This ain't the fight I want. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So before we get out, we're already halfway through the season. Now that it's really starting to ramp up, what do you think?
Honestly, cover your ears.
Nicole, get out. Nicole, get out. Bail.
La 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 la, Miss Saigon. La la la, Miss Saigon.
Red alert.
It's a trap.
Ain't that the quintessential story? Let it cook. That's all I can say about it. Let it cook. It is beautiful. Don't mess with it.
Do you think Filoni is really nailing these characters and the stories?
I
coming to, like I said, I wasn't that first two, but yeah.
I think if you have the capacity to retain all of the history that these particular characters have been through, you can understand their brevity. You can understand why they try to hold back their emotions. You can understand why this is very serious for them to get the one man that they were trying to get rid of in the first place and get their one man back. You get it. Has Filoni? I'm nervous because I don't know if Filoni can land this plane the way that he should. I think the story is going to be good. I don't think it will be complete, and I think that's what the movie is for.
I agree with you.
Search your
Okay. When you say it that way, I get that.
Hold on,
so
what
you
movie?
There's going to be an additional 3 Star Wars movies. They are not necessarily all connected, but there's going to be 3 additional movies. One of his movies is supposed to tie in The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. Yeah, and actually, honestly, I think all of these TV shows, they're all supposed to.
That's not the race sensitive one.
No, Rey is directed by the woman. Okay. I can't remember. She's done other stuff, but Rey. No, he's more in this current timeline, and the Rey story is going to be for the future.
Yeah, because she's like not New Republic, but
New Jedi Order.
Yeah, New Jedi Order. Yeah. So I think so you're saying he's not gonna. You don't think he'll stick the landing, but only because he's trying to make it spill over into the theatrical.
There's too much to do in 8 episodes of this movie to try to tie all of this together and in a nice bow. The story has to continue. It has to continue.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. So okay.
Because when you get Ezra back, now what? What is he supposed to do? What was the whole purpose of him being this penultimate type of Jedi that can move through space and time? What, like, are you kidding me? You gonna end it here?
So I mean, at this point, he's not the penultimate, because now the way that this one ended, you have another one moving through time and space. That's number one. Then number two, to piggyback of what you said, the fact that you have Thrawn, that's such a magnetic force, and he hasn't been there, and now you're already halfway over. If you put him even at episode 5 and then end him at episode 8, it's a rush job. You have got to let that air out.
You give me 3 episodes of Thrawn, I will bust your head open to the white meat.
So, like, to me, to piggyback over what you say, I thought actually that they were gonna vie for a season 2 automatically, because it's just like you are taking your time and just really putting down seeds.
You're safe, Nicole. You're safe.
No, it's not safe.
Yeah, Nicole just came back because she was sending me stuff on IG to avoid the conversation.
Yeah,
shout out to Nicole.
I think that it is finally, first of all, like, this is one of the first things since Mandalorian season 2 that I've been excited about. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of the other stuff that has happened, there have been high and lows about it, but as an overall thing, it's just like, whatever. But this quality has just got me fever pitching. Like, okay.
I'm loving these. I'm loving the battle scenes. I'm loving the battle scenes.
Oh, yeah.
I was really impressed.
Battles. Like, right, Ray's just like real confident and suave with it. And homegirl Shin is just like, I'm just gonna take everybody. I'm just taking
I'm letting this chop spray.
Sabine is spraying everybody. She's like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be.
I'm sorry, but this scene here, and then I was just like, yo,
yeah.
I was done. I was like, yo, wait a minute.
Girl, the fuck? What you do to me? I don't. You better get your ass the hell up.
It was literally bitch talk.
So just as you know, like just a rookie or whatever, are we? So we got looking forward, right? Because there's stuff that comes next that's already out already, right?
Mm-hmm. In the timeline, yes.
So there's no, but is there any like end of these characters that we seeing now that we know of, or is it like we have no idea what they was doing while all the other stuff was going on in the timeline future?
All of these miniseries are basically to show what's happened between Empire Strikes Back and
Return.
That next set of the
she can't even say what straight.
The second.
7.
Yeah,
that other trilogy.
Between 6 and 7. Between 6 and 7.
The other series.
Right. Yeah. But that's not. But that's. It's like you said. It's a big universe. So there's no telling what happens with these characters, right? Like we still got that mystery of the end of their stories.
I think not
correctish.
Not with these characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it does leave room for storytelling, though. We put a whole bunch of room for storytelling.
That's dope. And I think that's what I love about it the most is the fact that you can go there now.
Mm-hmm.
And now they open up the door to a whole other galaxy. Not even just a universe.
That's
whole
right.
Galaxy.
A galaxy far away. Right?
Far the fuck away.
You know what's funny though?
Can be trusted.
You know what's funny about all Star Wars is when Star Wars came out in '77 and I got to go to the theater and I enjoyed it as a kid, big old screen, dog fights and everything. And then I found out a couple of years later that there was a book and this kept going off in my head. It's called Splinter in the Mind's Eye.
Oh,
Splinter the Mind's Eye was supposed to be what Empire Strikes Back is. They never adapted it because the book had Luke and Leia trapped on Mimban, struggling against everybody. So I was like, you had it right here. I remember the book. I'm literally in 6th grade going, oh, I got to read this book. And then my grandma said, no, baby, you ain't reading that, and just tossed it. So I never got to read the book, but when I got to read it later, I said, this is what Empire Strike was supposed to be. So I always questioned.
We always wanted Leia in some form of battle. We always wanted Leia. Because she was that. If she was her before Ahsoka was her. She was her.
She's supposed to be Ahsoka. She's supposed to be everything that Ahsoka is right now.
But that book gave us that whole background. So I was always curious as to why did they go in that direction with Empire. Mind you, I don't have any complaints about Empire. But why not go with a source material that was written as a sequel to Star Wars?
It's too forward thinking. Can't
Right.
have that one. You can't have that woman fighting against.
Yeah,
the
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Doggone science fiction
Trust
fans.
me, when we got the scene during that last trilogy of her training, of her in training, like they show her training, we were just like,
That's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
The whole time.
you know,
Yeah.
we
The
were
whole
looking for
time.
that.
The whole time.
We got a family story about that first Star Wars movie. My uncle, they went to the premiere of it, and my uncle got freaked out so bad by the ship coming through the at the top of the screen.
Mhm.
He screamed so like he was hysterical, man. They had the whole family had to leave the theater.
Yo,
Oh wow.
Wow.
what?
Oh, that Star Destroyer coming off of chasing.
Yeah,
after-
the Star
yeah.
Destroyer moving from the front.
Just-
Like and we talking about
Like-
it. That's the opening, like 5 seconds. The preview
Yeah.
just went on. They're already like, all right, we gotta
Right to the
go.
ball.
It scared the crap out of me
He's
though.
like,
I wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
Before Dolby was Dolby, you just had a lot of. It was loud, and
You
you
just
see
had-
it coming over. It's like
They did not care about equilibrium in speakers in movie theaters. It was like break it to 11 and hope you still got hearing afterwards.
he's not lying.
That's how I did. That's how I was when I seen the Batman in like super duper fucking Dolby and surround. I'm just like, yo, hey, y'all cut
Yo.
that down. Shit, that's supposed to be this loud.
That's
That sounds like
not
a
for
big.
speakers.
The car scene?
Yeah.
Yo,
Excuse myself.
I love a good
car?
muscle car, but it revved up, and I'm like, hey,
Woo!
who kicked my chair?
Wait.
Stop kicking my chair. You know what I'm
At
saying?
least you didn't watch it in 4K. You didn't watch it in a 4DX where it's a whole ride.
No.
Imagine you're on 40. Imagine 40X and you're there for the car scene. You got pop.
Ooh, and I'm thinking about all the knockarounds on that freeway. Jesus. So,
Oh no! How about life changing when Phantasm came out?
Jesus.
Saw it in the theater, and when he was in the mausoleum, and he was getting chased by that silver ball, and that Joker just came impaled.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the drill came out, the theater got loud. All you hear is this drill sound. It was like really loud, and the sound of blood and everything. It's like, this is why I'm ruined. I no longer see horror the same way.
Montel was in the shower like, oh no.
And my father, get out of the damn shower. Daddy, I'm scared.
Using up all my water.
I'm sorry. Nightmare on Elm Street will always have that kill shot that'll always be in the back of my head. But I didn't trust the mattress for a little while after that.
Yo!
I didn't trust the mattress after a while. I messed myself up watching that when I was a kid.
It's like, bye,
Wow.
Johnny Depp.
You remember?
See you
Was
later,
it?
And you know what?
It wasn't
You're
Gremlins,
talking about
Critters.
two mattress, what's the name?
Critters. Oh my
One
God.
and four. So
Oh, I forgot about 4. Oh,
that's exactly what
Critters
about?
will never have you. Critters will never have you trust in the toilet.
Yeah, man.
Critters will never- You'll never trust a toilet in your life again if you watch
I
that
literally
movie.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
do I really gotta go?
Man, them cinema theaters were just disrespectful in Indianapolis, though. They're just disrespectful. Everything was a speaker.
Damn critters. Oh, I do want that gun. So before we get out of here, man, I want to thank our guest, Alim Leggett of Alter Ego Arts. Go check out the Kickstarter. Go hit him up. Go show your support. That Sweetpea and Purple Haze #2 and #1. Go get it. Go get them. Go get them. Go show your love. You're gonna love the story. You're gonna love the story because it actually is. It's one of a kind. It's one of a kind. So I want to thank Alim for coming through, dude. This door is always open.
Thank you.
Always come through. We always got a plate waiting for you.
We got to give him the BlurCon next year. Alim, we got to get you the BlurCon next year.
Yes,
I'd love to be there, man. I'd love to be there. I seen somebody talking about J1Con too. I want to try to make it down to that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
coming up soon.
yes.
Yeah.
The beginning of November, we are going to be there.
Okay. All right, man. I hope to see y'all there.
So, Lady Mandalore, let them know where they can find you.
Well, hello, my lovely people. Hello. You can find me, on the Instagram with the whole room full of blurred things right down there. Yeah. You can also find my lovely podcast on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk to, brand new creators, little known creators on my podcast. I like to prop them up and give them the platform that they deserve. Despite the algorithm, because F the algorithm. And
F the algorithm.
F the algorithm. You can also find me on TikTok as Child of Mandalore, because I also have a podcast called Child of Mandalore, where I talk about the history of, yep, you guessed it, Mandalore. And that's basically it for right now.
We should have some good big news next week.
I didn't want to say it.
News.
Yeah. Good big news. Good
We
big
going places, bitches.
We just got to get the ink to dry, but we be doing some.
You're a fan. Taking too long.
Oh my goodness.
Get a box fan.
Our very own Griot the horror. She watches the horror movies, so you don't have to.
I appreciate you, girl, because I'm a chicken. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm seeing none this weekend, so I'll check it out. Tell you how it is. But hey, I am Lady. I am one half of Geek by Heart. You can find me and my husband at Geek by Heart. We do trail reactions and we talk about movies. He is also doing weekly playthroughs of God of War 2018. So catch him there also on YouTube. Again, Geek by Heart. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. And you can find me at Blurred's Eye View, where I talk about horror as well. So do what you love what you do. It is never too late to do those things.
There it is. Talk to him, brother Montel.
As you see, I got Ted Cord right here to help me out here, because he's the real Blue Beetle.
Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it's your frosted bearded blurred corn here. You can find me on the X and Instagram under Navy Montel. You can find me on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube under Rogue Catnip. I will be doing my videos in the next couple of weeks talking about San Diego and BlurCon. I'm one half of the Blurred Corn Speaks podcast. We're about to put another episode out because Miss Angie did see Ahsoka and we did review it. So she's going to talk about it, and I'm just going to go, ooh, ah. And the Color Commentary Wrestling Podcast will be coming back soon. We're just waiting on our leader, the man in charge, to get back where he needs to be, and we are continuing.
Shout out to my brother Nix.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely big things over at Do You Speak Geek. He's doing big things over there. He's joining us.
Absolutely. And I am just trying to get back into the swing. I just started a new job, and I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward to it and everything. And yeah, just come on and check us out, because you have to stay nerdy, stay geeky, and stay sexy all the time.
You know, I'm not trying to get my beard like yours. I'm just trying to get it full.
Man, I done told you, I done gave you the secret. Now you can't go to Dragon, but at least help you with a damn beard.
This sounds some after dark shit.
I mean, I am
and like clockwork.
We gonna get you straight every time, Spartan.
Come to the light, baby.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
He's just like, I'm gonna go. He's like, I'm going to the back of the ship. There's gotta be a sprocket.
No, there's too many things back there I gotta fix that are waiting on me, and I'm good. I was the fact that just I would love to have Navy's beard, just free flowing, just so I can just do the Fu Manchu, just have a mystical moment and just flip it off and just walk off into the sunset. But no,
like Larry Dickums, you know.
You know what? I will give that man credit. I will never be able to do what he does. Just I can't even voice him and keep a straight face right now. I tried.
Who Larry? You can't. So for those who, if you don't follow Larry Dickums, that's the name he's using. It's like a comic book character out of the Boondocks or something. It's hilarious. You got to check it. I'm always throwing in the chat. It's his signature move, the light skinned panther.
Wow.
He's like,
I mean, one of these days
people are offended.
It's how he revs up to do it though. It's just
His videos are a lot more cred than I can do it because I can imitate his voice, but I can't keep a straight face. But anyway, Black Spartan is what they usually call me. Blackbox447 is where you can find me on all the socials. I usually do reviews on everything that I read, that I watch, even gym stuff, because I try to do a couple push-ups. I do have a couple podcasts of my own, my daily political podcast, How the Frack We Got Here, every Wednesday and every Saturday. My video game podcast called Get Bit, also every Friday. Both shows can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And both podcasts are everywhere where you can find your podcast, whether you watch them or read them. I am one of the mini heads of the blerdseyeView.org website for the writing team. I usually cover wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Don't believe me? Ask CM Punk that same question right now.
I was about. Thank you, my man. Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
It's like, don't believe me? CM Punk right now is unemployed.
Yo, that speech Triple H gave him a while back aged pretty well.
Thank you. Right?
He's only a martyr. You're only a martyr when it benefits you, and that explains CM Punk's entire career. That also being said, that's gonna come back to bite me somewhere. That also being said, guys, if you do know somebody that is doing something different, as we've talked about in this podcast. All it takes is a leap of faith. If you know someone that is doing that, or you yourself is doing it, and someone knows that you're doing it, word of mouth is the most powerful advertising tool that we have. So if you know someone that's doing something that's different, it doesn't cost nothing to share it. If you want to donate, cool, that's up to you to donate to the church's money. But again, support them the same way you would support Beyonce if she knew you existed. Just because you go to her Renaissance festival does not mean she can see you in all your silvery glitter. Just pointing that out. Also, guys, it is con season. So again, 3 simple, quick rules. Number 1, respect all cosplayers. You do not want to be the guy that gets thrown into the back of a moving truck at a con because you decided you want to Google somebody. Don't make a person like me happy enough to do that because I have no problem with that. So again, respect all cosplayers. Number 2, wash your ass. Soap, deodorant is still cheap. I mean, you can get some Dial. There's nothing wrong with Dial soap. There's nothing wrong with Dove soap. But nobody wants to go around a con smelling like regrets and basically retired regrets and bologna that's been left out in the sun too long. But you do not want to be smelling like that. And I mean, just expired Funyuns. You know what it smells like? Some people actually smell like expired Funyuns and trash can juice. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about it's not odor, it's damn. It's like, what made you think when you got out of bed that you could avoid every body of water before you decided to come to this con?
This man said trash can juice.
There's some people, the smell gets there before they do. That's how you know how bad it is.
What is your name? Hot garbage.
It's like your bad breath was better than your BO. That's bad.
Wow.
I'm just saying, you know who you are. Please wash your ass. And last but not least, the last rule I have is the same rule I have in life. When you talk to me, I'm a very nice, a very social person. Just don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
I love when you say that.
That's Laney's favorite line.
Trash can juice. I want you to think on that one for trash can juice.
Ain't nothing good ever come out of
I mean, roadkill smells better than some people. I'm just saying. Especially when you go into the gym, some people be putting on perfume on top of roadkill. Like, sir, you can put Dior on shit, and then you can still smell shit. That's all I'm saying.
Trash can juice. I am your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our guest, Alim Leggett of Alter the Eagle Arts. Thank you to this dope crew. We always got something special for you. We always got some new news for you. We always tell it like it is and have some dope reviews because you can't deny us because y'all here every week. If it's your first time here, go show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Check us out on Always Press Record. We are a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir.
Yes.
We are about to be affiliates of Blerd Station.
Mm-hmm.
Are we? You just gonna drop it like that?
So has the NDA disintegrated?
There's no NDA. There's no NDA. There's no NDA.
But there's some
circumstance
that deserves.
There's just.
So there's no box fan involved. We don't need a box fan for the ink to dry.
There's only one fan that's being used.
No disfigured of a voice. No hiding of the likenesses.
It's just
Apparently not. Dear
stay
Lord.
tuned.
The lack of pomp.
No
need
subtlety
sir.
at all for you, good sir.
You want
Lack
subtle?
subtlety.
Did you forget what crew we are? Like,
Oh no, I'm proud of being subtly less.
we literally will blow down a door. We
Like, you're about
I want
as subtle as a stealth mission with a kill count.
Blow me.
we
I want blowage.
we're like, when I say we're like the Firefly crew, we're just black. It's like
Yeah.
we're that
He
crew.
gave me he gave me my position last week. I was like, all right, hell yeah. Okay.
we do our thing, and you know we do our thing. So but yeah, tune in every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Same Thursdays at 9, same channels. Check us out on the IG. I don't flip that channel. Yeah, here we go. Here it is.
It's your
Blur's Eye View.
computer.
There it is. Blur's Eye View. I didn't even know I switched it. I was going through the comments. Go to Blur's Eye View and you'll find a link tree in the bio to tell you everywhere you can find us, because guess what? You can listen to us everywhere. You can see us everywhere. We everywhere. We out here. We are beyond the four walls that you see around us. Coming to a con near you. I want to thank our guest once again, Alim Leggett. Go show your love on that support on that Kickstarter that he's got going up. That is a great read. Go check him out and show your love. We need more indie comics just like this. Man, always a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody had fun. Remember to educate yourself in others, entertain yourself in others, and most of all, encourage yourself in others. And with that, we are out of here.